Hello, everybody in Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District. It's your Congressman, Jamie Raskin, coming to you this beautiful Friday, December the 16th. For my favorite time of the week, it's Local Hero. And my local hero is my longtime friend and now the departing CEO and president of the Greater Silver Spring Chamber of Commerce. Her name is Jane Redicker, if you don't know her already. And she's been such an amazing and enterprising and creative champion of commerce and prosperity throughout Silver Spring, and such a great representative for the small businesses in every kind of governmental context, whether we're talking about Rockville or Annapolis or Washington, D.C. And she's also deeply engaged in our community. So for all of these reasons, for your 17 years of service in this capacity, Jane, we're making you our local hero this week, and I want to congratulate you for it.
Well, thank you so much, Congressman. It's been a pleasure knowing you all these years and being able to work with you. And it's really an honor that you're bestowing upon me. And I can't thank you enough. I really feel honored, but thank you.
Well, the honor and pleasure are all mine. But let's start with this, because you've seen us go through some tremendous changes. Back when we were kids, Silver Spring was always treated like as a source of blight and problems, and then Silver Spring sprung, and it has become like a magnet for businesses and people and excitement and culture and arts and so on. Where are we today, and where do you see us going in the future?
Well, like you said, it's interesting because when I started 17 years ago, Silver Spring had just sprung. It was coming out of the campaign, and everything was alive, and the chamber was growing, and businesses were growing, and everybody wanted to come to Silver Spring, and it's still an amazing place. It's a wonderful place to come to. We've struggled a little bit in the pandemic. And I think, we're going to come back. We still have some amazing amenities. I mean, since I started at the chamber, the growth that we've seen, this arts and entertainment district has just blossomed, and I was really honored to be a part of that. We have the Fillmore. We always had the AFI. That was a part of the revitalization early on, and it's still a wonderful place. And we have a lot of smaller arts organizations that are all, of course, members at the chamber and have been we've been able to support over the years. And so we have that piece of it. And then we also have we have 3 breweries and now a winery in Greater Silver Spring. So it's really still booming. There's still some work to do. I mean, like all places in the country, we worry about, we want to make sure it's a safe place and a welcoming place for everybody. And so we're working on that. I mean, one of the things the Chamber's advocated for over the years is to make sure that Silver Spring gets its fair share of attention from the county government and the state government for funding for all kinds of programs that keep everybody safe and make everybody, give everybody a place at the table here in Silver Spring.
I know the Chamber's been a big champion of the Purple Line, and I wonder if you would give us an update on your sense of the Purple Line and how the small business community is interacting with it.
Well, when I started, the Purple Line was still kind of the gleam in somebody's eye. It was a campaign promise, and then it became this intercounty transitway. But now we're pleased that it's finally being built. That's the good thing. It's taking a lot longer than everybody thought. And one of the things that the Chamber's done is to work very closely with both the folks at the state and the county to make sure that our small businesses and everybody in the area or in the along the tracks and the realm of the Purple Line is taken care of. One of the things that I was really proud of that we were able to do a few years ago, the folks over on the Brookville Road area, there's a really important bridge that crosses over where the Purple Line is going to be running. And they had to close that bridge down for a little bit. And so they needed to create a way for people to get from one side of the railroad tracks to the other. And it took a lot of really heavy duty advocacy from the chamber with both our county and our state officials, but we got a road opened up for a short period of time. And we worked with the residents to make sure that the police kept it safe. in that area. And now the bridge is back open and we're getting there. We're still struggling in Silver Spring. It seems like it takes a really long time to underground utilities. And so while there's a lot of progress going on in the construction, it sometimes becomes a challenge for our small businesses along the way to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But we've also worked with our local and state governments to try to, make sure that everybody knows that these businesses are open and to get some assistance for them and keep them going. So I wish I could say that by the time I'm retired that I will be able to ride the Purple Line, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's taking longer, but it will be a great asset, and we've been strong supporters.
And luckily you live here, so you'll be able to ride the Purple Line after you retire. So speaking of which, this is a retirement, professionally speaking, but we know that you're going to remain vibrantly engaged in the community. When you first began your career, if I'm remembering correctly, you were a Chamber of Commerce director in Beijing, China, right? For the American Chamber of Commerce over there. Are you planning to do global travel and to go and experience the world? Or are you going to be working closer to home? What are your thoughts about what the
Well, yes, I plan to do some more global travel. I came out of a career. I actually grew up in Southern Indiana, came out here as an intern with the federal government years and years and years ago, and then had a public relations and communications career for many years, and then moved to China with my husband with my new husband at that point in time, and was hired 3 months after I got there to run the American Chamber of Commerce in Beijing, China. So that was a wonderful 4 years, and it also introduced me to world travel. So now that I'm back here and able to spend a little bit more time, there's a lot of traveling that we want to do. There's places that we just haven't had time to do or be on our bucket list that we want to go to. So I'm going to do that. But I also, it's interesting because most of my career, while I haven't served in any government positions, I've kind of had a career of a little bit of service. Most of my clients and most of the organizations I worked for were either associations or other kinds of organizations that helped represent or helped a group of people and helped a clientele. So I think it's kind of in my DNA to be of service, if you will. And one of the things that I want to do now that I'll have time in retirement is I want to get involved in hospice, because it's such a wonderful, wonderful benefit with my mother a little over a year ago. And it was wonderful for her quality of life and for the family. And even though I don't have any medical or healthcare experience, I was a caregiver 24/7 for a while. So I know a little bit about what the needs are. So I'm going to, once I hang up my chamber cleats, I'm going to see whether I can get involved in doing something like that to bring that same peace of mind and comfort to some other people.
You're also a member of the Lutheran Church of St. Andrew up on New Hampshire? Or is it close?
Yes,
yeah.
Up on New Hampshire Avenue. Yes, yeah, we've been members of that church for a while, and it's a wonderful, wonderful congregation, and it's a congregation that really cares about the community and gets involved in its community, and also does a lot of helping work. I know we are actually the second St. Andrews on New Hampshire Avenue. The church that's just about 2 blocks down from us is the Ukrainian St. Andrew Church. So we have a whole group of people who's been spending a lot of time working with them and helping and contributing and really trying to do some things for the folks in Ukraine and even for the people on the ground here. So they have a lot of wonderful programs that I haven't had time to get involved in, because my chamber job, as much as I have loved it and as much as I have enjoyed working with everybody here and getting to know everyone, a lot of the time that I would have been volunteering, I was kind of volunteering doing chamber work after hours. So, but it's been a pleasure.
Well, look, you say that you like to be of service, and you've been of such wonderful service to us in Montgomery County and in the Silver Spring community, broadly understood. And you've seen and assisted in some major changes, the Silver Spring Civic Building and the great new library, the Purple Line, which is still coming, the Arts and Entertainment District. And we want to thank you for everything you've done to make sure that we've got a thriving business sector in Silver Spring. And we want to thank you for your multiple engagements with the community. And we wish you a really wonderful and well-deserved retirement, Jane.
Well, thank you. I mean, I honestly, working with the chamber, supporting our members and making our businesses more successful. I mean, that's kind of what has been my driving force. And it's really been, I think that one of the most rewarding pieces of this career has been the people that I've gotten the privilege to know, people like you who really care about our community and serve our community. And then people like all of our small business owners and all of our others. I mean, I consider a lot of them not only my members and colleagues, but also my friends. And that's kind of been wonderful. And I guess the other thing I'd like to add is, speaking of my colleagues, I think I'd like to give a shout out to my fellow chamber colleagues in Montgomery County and even throughout the rest of the state. They've been mentors to me. They've been my advisors. They've sometimes my co-conspirators, but they've also become my very dear friends, and we will remain friends. And I have a lot of folks from this career that will remain friends, you know, as I go on to a different chapter.
All right. Well, we call you a friend too, and we call you local hero this week. So everybody, please go out and toast Jane Redicker and stay in close touch if you would, Jane.
Thank you so much. And thank you. It's an honor. Take care, Congressman.